this is like what was like a selling point for me. He speaks English, he speaks Swedish, he speaks Spanish, and he speaks French. Why would a white boy who belongs beneath your feet receive that special treatment? I'm treated exactly how I'm supposed to be by you. Huh? There's so much infidelity and so much dishonesty. Yo, this kid thing.
For the people that say I'm too loud, that sometimes I do too much, I'm here to shake tables. I'm here to cause a little chaos. I'm here to prove you right on They Say I'm Too Loud.
Are you ready?
3, 1.
Action.
Oh my gosh. Hi everybody and welcome to I want to say officially episode 1, but I know that one episode has come out already. But this is the first episode that we're filming in the studio. So shout out to the content studio for making this happen. I really am excited. And if you've seen the title already, then you already know that we're in for a treat. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I felt like this was a really great time to come clean about my secret wedding. As you know, I'm a lover girl, and if you don't know, because this is your first time meeting me, hi, my name is Nubuke. I am the host of They Say I'm Too Loud, and I planned a secret wedding. Now, I planned a secret wedding because a couple of years ago, I was in a TV show. I starred as a doctor in Accra Medic. Shout out to the whole Accra Medic cast and production and team. Everybody was so amazing. In starring in this, I thought, wow, why don't I have people over? It was a great idea at the time, by the way. We were getting to the tail end of COVID, so people were coming out, people were emerging, and I thought, why don't I find a husband and plan like a secret wedding? And you see, saying this now, it sounds absolutely insane. It sounds bonkers. But why don't I plan a secret wedding and have people come to the wedding, which ends up being like my TV show. So I ended up collaborating with these people that do like big screens in like a park. Does that make sense? Like a cinema. So I collaborated with like a cinema company that would put this big screen up and people would come. I would be dressed in like a red carpet dress. It ends up being my wedding. It was going to be great. It was for YouTube. And I thought, let me break this video into different parts. I would break it into going to ask strangers on the streets, would you marry me? Then I would break it into platforming and showcasing like different fashion brands in Ghana that do like wedding content. It was pretty insane. I don't know the pitch that I gave to my mom at the time, but she didn't think it was crazy. So that's a bonus for me. But all of that to say that, yeah, I did plan a secret wedding. I went on a bachelorette trip with my girls. It coincided with a trip that we had planned to Ivory Coast like at the time, and it was crazy. Everything was insane. And all of that to say that I am a lover girl. I love. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I just thought it was amazing being able to see just so many things. Being able to see how people are loving on their friends, the girls, galentines, we'll get to that, but people hard launch their relationships, which was awesome because I have a friend who hadn't like shown the world her boyfriend just yet, and they've been dating for like 4 or 5 months. Yes, I know how long my friends have been dating. Listen, we're cool kids over here. We keep documentation so that I don't know, we keep documentation, full stop. So they've been dating for like 5 months, and she had attempted to like hard launch him. And for those who are listening to this and you're like, hard launch, soft launch. Hard launch is when you like show the world like, this is my man. Soft launch is like when you do it in like a cutesy way where it's like you show his hand and he's holding your hand in the picture and it's like, oh, this is my man. Oh, I may have a man. Oh, somebody bought me flowers, but we don't know who bought me flowers. So she had posted a picture of him like a month ago, and then she deleted it really quickly. And I was just like, girl, show the world the man. And as I sit here today, I would like to tell the world that picture has been up for 8 hours. And so that is the best hard launch I've ever seen personally. And she hasn't deleted it. And I'm pretty sure she's going to bed right now. So I think this picture of this man is going to live on the internet for the full 24-hour cycle. And I just like to clap for all my girls who showed the world their men yesterday. And the men, yeah, who should, we like you too, or whatever. But I mean, with the whole Love Day and Valentine's Day, I feel like so many things need to be taken into consideration. Like, for example, Riz. I saw a video on TikTok that I completely agree with. And it was this girl basically saying that she has no Riz. And I've never related to that video more because I too don't have Riz. Riz is basically like charisma. And it is how well you can pick up somebody. I have like 3 pickup lines, and then that is it for me. So the first one is, you know, you're supposed to go up to somebody, be like, oh my God, like, I love this shirt that you're wearing, you know? It looks like husband material. That was good. That was good. It was good, right? Yeah, look at that. Production says it was good. It was absolutely amazing. So you go up to them and you tell them that, yeah, you have, you're a husband material. Excuse me. What's your last name again? Oh, Nubuke Anderson. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? I just feel like we need like Riz lessons. I think that as a society, we should come together and we should teach people how to pick people up. Now, I say that some guys actually have really good game. I went on a date with a guy, and I'll tell you where I met him at the end of the podcast episode. But he brought roses to the first dates, and I was just like, this is adorable. He brought me flowers to the first dates, and I was just like, this is very cute. This is cute. I loved it. And I feel like that's an example of having game. If you don't have it, if you don't know how to talk to somebody, let your actions speak. Because when he sent them flowers, I was genuinely impressed, and I was like, wow, I'm judging everybody who goes on a date and doesn't bring the person on the date something. Now, in terms of words and in terms of like my green flags, I was talking to this guy and he came up with the most brilliant idea, and I feel like everybody should absorb this. And he had a PDF. Before I even get into the PDF, let me even tell you the story about how I met this guy. So my cousin wanted to go on a dating app in Canada, and she had never been on a dating app. Let's go on this app, and she wanted me to be the scapegoat so that she could like see the dating app through my eyes. I don't know if any girls are watching this. If you've ever been on dating apps and you've shared your screen and you're looking through the candidates with your friend, that is an elite activity, premium activity. You know, you're really going in, you're reading the prompts, you're dissecting it as a group. So we go on this dating app, and it's like Canada, and this is the first time I'm ever setting my location to Canada, and it's epic. Just great guys, very good looking men on the side. I did see a couple of men that I know from Canada, and I ended up seeing this guy, and all of his prompts were hilarious. He likes The Office. He's comedic. He's Ghanaian. I was just like, wow, what a great guy. And he's 6'5.5". And one of the prompts are like, look, like, let's just cut to the chase. I have this PDF. Open the PDF. And if you like me, then we can keep on. I'm like, I bet. Who is this guy? Like, I want to see this PDF. And so the PDF. So he goes, God is like number one in my life. And I was just like, wow, what a great guy. But that can also be a red flag. But like in this case, I was like, what a great guy. We'll get into that. We'll get into people always saying God and then being the biggest demons in another episode. But he just goes into all of these things, and I'm just like, wow, this is a long PDF. 36 questions, and he ends with, if you've already read this far, you might as well go through with it and like date me. And I must say, this was so entertaining, and I would. So he should come back. And the reason it didn't work out between the both of us was because he comes from like a very select, very niche part of Christianity that's very rule oriented. Jewelry comes into question. Well, we are getting married, like what I'm wearing. And I just feel like pair that with somebody who identifies as like non-denominational. So like for me, I'm just chill. Like as long as we're getting married, there's a pastor, I can wear what I want. Like we are chilling. It doesn't have to be in a building. We can do an outdoorsy wedding. We can do I don't care. But then you pair that with somebody who's like, the dress has to be this color. I can't do it. So if he's out there listening to this, I just want you to know that you're a great guy. And I just feel like the world needs to know that there's men out there with premium riz that come in the form of PDF. That's my petition in this whole thing. Is that if he ever has a luxury of finding out that I'm the super coolest, ultra awesome person he's ever met in his life, he you should come back. We can work it out. And so those are my examples of like green flags. Like, give me flowers, be funny, be innovative with the way that you're picking me up. And it's so funny because the I Said What I Said girls ended up posting like a list, and I'm gonna post this on our Instagram. So if you're not following They Settle on Instagram, go follow us so you can see all of these in real time. But basically they had like a checklist for like dating. It's like, okay, let's just get on with the questions. And some of the questions are like, tell me your best friend, tell me your worst enemy, do you vape, how often do you post on LinkedIn? And it really brings into question, really, when you're dating, what should you be looking for? Because crazy enough, like, as much as yesterday was such a beautiful day to see the reflection of love, I also ended up having a couple conversations with somebody, like a couple people who are like totally just like, they're over Valentine's Day from the perspective of like finding somebody that you like they're over it. And I think we do need to get into a conversation in a much later episode about what does love look like, and what does like pursuing dating in your 20s and in your 30s and even in your 40s, like what does that even look like in this day and age? Because it just feels like there's so much infidelity and so much dishonesty that is just like, if you do me, I do you. And my question for the audience really is, how do you find the right kind of love? And I'm not talking about like the love that feels like you're settling. I was talking to my hairdresser. Oh my God. Yesterday I went to go do my hair. Do you like my new hairstyle? If you see split ends, forgive me. I've just been experimenting with my hair, so I believe everything is flying out. But my hairdresser is doing my hair and she's just like, yo, this kid thing. like she was basically saying, don't have kids. She was saying, don't have kids, because if you have kids, you need to get to the place where you're okay with having kids on your own, like even if you're in the relationship with somebody else. And I was just like, what is going on? She's not the first person for the past 6 months who have said, you need to make sure that when you are bringing children into this world, that you're okay with your partner not doing diddly squats. And I was just like, oh my God, this is a lot. So anyway, my question for the audience, and please put it in the comment section down below, like, what do you think you're supposed to be looking for when you're dating and you're looking for relationships? In the next episode, I'm actually gonna have my grandmas come on to like give me tips on how we can, find the right guy and all of that jazz. But at the end of the day, before you find so much green, you have to go through so much mess. Like, dating apps, is that something that you're open to? Because I feel like in the past, I have definitely been open to dating apps. Like, the guy who gave me flowers, also from a dating app. But okay, so I feel like this is a story that we should end on because it's iconic, and then in the future episodes we'll kind of break down on like love. I want to end this with why I'm off dating apps at the moment and why I'm now transitioning into real life dating. And it's with a nice horror story to, spice up the episode. When you're traveling, it is not uncommon to download a dating app so that, you're meeting people around the world. And hey, if I'm in France and I'm going on a date with a guy in the Eiffel Tower, that's iconic, is it not? So I was going to Spain with my friend and I was like, oh, let me download a dating app. At the time, I had one, which is supposed to be like an exclusive app. So I had that. So there's different types of dating apps. There's actually so many different formats. I can go ham on dating apps, by the way. I feel like let me know if you want like a dating app exclusive video, because I feel like we need to talk about dating apps. But there's different types of ways that you can shoot your shots on a dating app. And I had 2 apps at the time. I had this one exclusive one where anybody can kind of like and match with everybody. And these are like people that are like established in a business. Like, to be able to even get on this app, you need 2 references to get on this app. You need to be approved by the people on the back end, and like, it's intense. And so I had this app, and then I had another app where the girls are supposed to shoot their shots and they're supposed to like everything first. So I go on this app and I see this guy and I think he's very cute. I'm like, oh, he's cute. Let me match with him. He's in Spain. I'm in Spain. This is great. We can go on a couple of dates on the playa. And so then I open this like other dating app and I see him there again. And I'm like, oh, okay, so he's actually like legit. He's not weird. So I match with him and we're talking. But and this is like what was like a selling point for me. He speaks English. He speaks Swedish. He speaks Spanish. And he speaks French. I was like, epic, a polyglot. This is great. This is a well-read man. Like, we will have dates in Sweden, in France, in Cote d'Ivoire, in Colombia. Like, this is fantastic for me. And we're talking, but it turns out that when he gets to Spain, I would have just left Spain. So it just wasn't going to work out for us to meet. But do you know what? I'm at this present moment in time, I might take it back, but I'm kind of okay with long distance, especially if we're in Europe. It's a 20-pound flight on a good day to come and see you. Like, it's not that expensive. If we make it work, we can make long distance work. It's not the same as if you were in China and I was in Ghana and like the distance was crazy. At the time I was in London, he lived in Sweden. Fantastic. I even have a friend from Sweden. So I matched with this guy and we're talking over the course of a couple months. But honestly, one of the biggest icks for me, and I wanted to get into this in this video, but I feel like we've been going on for a minute, and so I'll get to it in another video. But a big ick for me was communication. And I, like, if you're slow with the messages, I'm over it. I'm not going to reply. And so he was being a little slow with the messages. So I was like, do you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to reply. But everyone's in a while. Oh, when I'm bored, I'm like, oh, do you know what? Let me just reply to this guy's message. So I go ahead and I reply to his message, and I actually need to pull this chat up because I need to read to you how exactly this unfolded and why I am so done with men at the present moment in time. So we're talking on and off, and I think we started talking in in March. We ended talking in October. March to October. July, he messages me once. The end of July, he messages me again. I'm just like, I'm not replying to this man. I'm also traveling, and I end up replying to him in July, like at the end of July. He messages me like mid-July. I reply end of July. Again, this is very slow communication for me. So I didn't actually see his message. So bad. I never do this, by the way, but I didn't actually see his message because I had archived it because he was pissing me off with his late reply. So he messages me in August, and I don't actually see that message till October. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, sorry, I'm crazy. This is what happened. I tried to end it in July, and he completely understands. And this is what I said. I said, I'm not looking for anything serious at the moment. And I didn't realize that has a double innuendo. I was just looking, I'm not looking for anything like at the moment. I'm so sorry. I'm not looking for anything serious at the moment. This is a lot. Like, let's just end. But he read it as like, yeah, I'm not looking for anything serious at the moment. So like I said, let's both be serious together. So I didn't see this message. And at the end of July, he sends a message and he goes, I indeed understand. And I'm not looking for anything either. I do have some values that I would like to share with you though. Then you'll completely understand me. So I don't see this message. October comes around and I'm just like, hey, what happened to this guy from August? So I go and open out messages and I'm like, oh no, he replied to my message in August. Let me go check it out. August was the last time he sent the message. I didn't see it. 22nd October, he goes, there are some things I would like to tell you about me. I'm like, okay, like, what's going on? Like, hey. And I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing these messages. I didn't even see this. Okay, yeah, tell me some stuff. And he goes, why would a white boy who belongs beneath your feet receive that special treatment? I'm treated exactly how I'm supposed to be by you. A special treatment in question. He goes, I believe in black female supremacy. I think black women are superior to men. Like, I just wanted to go on a date in the beach in Spain. When did we get here? I'm just like, I saw the message and I didn't reply. This was 23rd October. 26th October, he goes, did I scare you? I'm sorry, what? I've never met you before. We've never had a substantial enough conversation for this to carry on. The only thing, I'll give it to you, like, we've been talking for 6 months, but like, really, you can all condense those conversations into one day. I don't know what your voice sounds like. you only know how I look like from like 5 pictures. I know what you look like from like 5 pictures. Then on the 20th of November, so 26th October, he goes, did I scare you? 20th November, he goes, I beg you, goddess. And I'm like, who is this guy? Why am I here? And I say, because I'm like, at this point, I'm scared. So I go, hey, thank you so much for your messages. I have a boyfriend now. I'm going to stop communication now. And then I left it. And I deleted all my dating apps. And I swore that I'd never go on dating apps again because that was so scary. That was so scary to me personally because that was very scary. How is dating going? It's going great. It's going great. I don't have any riz. I don't have the discernment to know when somebody has a fetish. And so I posed it to the audience. I know this has been a little all over the place, but I really posed it to you guys. How are you doing? How's dating going? Yeah. And that's why we're going to find out from the grandmas on the next episode how they date. And how we should absorb some of the things. I have so many things on the topic of love that I want to get into, but I'm going to save that for episodes to come. So yeah, let me know where you guys' head is at. Once again, I've been your host, Nubuke, and I'll see you on the next episode of They Say I'm Too Loud.